Hey, kitty. Hi, guys. Welcome to Storytime with Shane Onyou. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays at 3 p.m. in the drag pit. Yeah. So, here's the outfit today. Give you a little sneak peek. Went with a good guy outfit today. Dun, dun, dun. So, there you go. There's the outfit for today, and the contacts are a discontinued line, but one is called Fire, and one is called Black Wolf. So those are the contacts today. All right, let's get started with our fact. We always start with a fact every day, every story time. All right, so this is the one we've opened up to, and it is, where are the world's twistiest roads? Interesting. Imagine a road going straight up a steep mountain. Driving to the top would be impossible for most car engines. Driving down would be even worse because the brakes would quickly wear out. So instead, mountain roads are built in a back and forth, twisty way, which is much easier on cars. Here are some of the world's twistiest roads. Interesting. This highway right here, you can see that. That highway is called the Transferragasan Mountain Road. It loops and wriggles through mountains in Romania. Interesting. A super sharp turn in a road is called a switchback. So like this right here, this super sharp turn would be a switchback. So that's a switchback. And Grimsel Pass is a winding road that hugs the side of the mountain in Switzerland. And that's this one over here. So it's right on the side of a mountain, and it goes all the way through there. So that's in Switzerland. The Big Gate Road in China took 8 years to build. This road has 99 sharp turns. So look at all those switchbacks on there. That one's just crazy. Woo, scary. Pretty cool, unusual places, eh? Wow, very interesting. Tell me, what's the twistiest road you can think of that you've been on that you can remember? Just trying to think of or maybe you know of a twisty road in your area that you'd like to share with us. So yeah, if you want to share that, share that. So that fact came from the Little Kid's First Big Book of Where, and it's a National Geographic's children's book by Jill Esbaum. So yeah, that's that one. Now let's move on to our first book. And today I have a completely new book with that I have never read before with me. And I also have another one of my favorites that was recently gifted to me, that I get to add to my own personal library, that I get to give back the book that I have to the real library. So yeah, so thank you very much. So this book here was donated to me by my good friend Carla. And if Carla's out there, hi Carla. And it's called I Believe in Me. And it's words by Lori Grover and pictures by Carolina. I think that's Carolina. Bazuya, or I don't, tough names today. Anyways, I stand, clap my hands. I can stand and clap my hands. I can zoom around the room. I can dance underpants. I can dress and clean my mess. I can squeeze, hug your knees. I can eat in my seat. I can spin, smile, and grin. I can jump, tumble, bump. Woo! Tumble bump. That's fun. Say that. I can cry, sniff, and sigh. I can ride down the slide. I can sing, bebop bing. I can see. Look, it's me. Yay! There's our first book. One down, two to go. So this new book came to me today. I think didn't come with a note, but it's along the lines of the same one that my sister bought me recently. And it's the next one to it. It's the companion to the best-selling picture book, The Invisible String, which I read not that long ago, and I will read again, and I will do a show where I read them back to back. And this one is called The Invisible Web, a story celebrating lives and universal connection by Patrice Karst and illustrated by Joanne Liu. I can't say the last name, the last part of the name. So there's that one. So this one's called The Invisible Web. So this is book one of the two new books I have today. So here we go. All right. The Invisible Web. The very best news ever has begun to spread all over the world, one heart at a time. Shout it from the mountaintops. Every single one of us is connected to those we love by invisible strings. That means Giovanni and her daddy are always together, even though he moved to a new house. Omar can feel the tugs of love from his parents, even though he's living away at school. Miss Chang feels Miss Chang Mr. Chang feels Miss Chang close by, even though she died such a very long time ago. And you, at this very moment, may feel a string of someone close to you, even though they aren't there. You can't see it, but it's real. Can you guys feel an invisible string with someone you're connected to right now? I know I can. I can feel many of them. And to those of you who are watching right now, I feel an invisible string with you guys as well. Our strings reach out to everyone we know. They travel far and wide to families and friends, classmates and coaches, to bus drivers and babysitters, neighbors and pets, to aunts and uncles, and grandparents and grandchildren, and countless other people. And all those people have hundreds of strings. Ooh. Soaring high over rocky peaks and across the seven seas, deep into jungles and valleys, and winding through the busiest cities, all these strings crisscross one another and create a nest that covers the planet, interlacing us together, cradling us forever. The invisible web. The web has no borders and it wraps every continent. Within it live butterflies and flowers, starfish and seahorses, lions and ants, rivers and snowstorms, and all human beings. Giovanna, Omar, Mr. Chang, and, of course, you and me too. Some say it even reaches to our ancestors and those we cherish in the beyond. One tug of the string sends love to every one of us, woven together in this divine tapestry. And that means just one good deed travels across an entire web. Everything is linked. But sometimes folks forget. When they can't feel their strings, they forget about the invisible web. And that's when strings get tangled up. Like when lonely Lucia isn't invited to sit with anyone in her school at lunchtime. Or when sad Stefano wishes his friend Marcos wasn't so bossy when they played. Or when Mrs. Patel struggles at work without help and she wants to quit. Even violence and war can erupt when too many of us forget the web. When strings are ignored, they can become weak and begin to unravel. But the more people who care for the web, the stronger it remains. Peace on earth, love is the answer, peace. Oh, this is beautiful. The web feels like every parent since the beginning of time, holding and protecting each one of us in its million gentle arms. Could we what could be stronger than all those holding hands, all those hands holding us close? So many supportive fingers, it can always find a way to untangle strings so that love can flow again. But it's up to every one of us, to spread the word. Our time is right now. How true that is. This is a powerful book. I'm loving this. As we tell our family and friends, sisters will remind brothers, who will write to cousins, who will call the great grandparents, who will just nod and smile as if they have always known. If we remember the web and tug it often, nobody will be left out. We will see others more clearly. The people of the world will look into each other's eyes. They will smile at one another. And when one of them begins to cry, they will want to help. And they do. Marco apologizes to Stefano, who forgives his friend, and they have even more fun playing. Someone helps Mrs. Patel at work and tells her what a great job she is doing, and she remembers that that's what is important and feels happy. And Lucia feels warm and bubbly inside when few of the kids in her class ask her to join them under the banyan tree for lunch. She knows right then that the invisible web is real. After school, Louisa cries with joy as she strokes her cat, who purrs the news to the stars. And the stars whisper the secret to the clouds, who share them with the songbirds, who serenade the world with this exquisite melody of love. And with, oh boy, with this exquisite melody of love at the start of each morning and all during the day until the invisible web glitters into the magic twilight and the owl takes over and hoot the news throughout the night. This is making me emotional, this book. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. The invisible web is alive. Its time is right now. It breathes as we breathe, pulsating over Earth, the single heartbeat of life and love. And do what you know, and do what, and do you know what that makes us all? And do you know what that makes us all? That makes us all one very big family. P.S. I just but love being right here in the very middle of the invisible web with you. Wow, that's pretty amazing. So that was the invisible web. I love it. And it goes with the invisible string. So I will do these two books back to back Sunday. So yeah, I'm going to do the invisible web and the invisible string on Sunday. It has been written. All right, moving on to the last and final book for today. How y'all doing? You enjoying the book so far? I hope so. I really hope so. I don't see anybody. I see people, some people watching, but I can't see who. So yeah, it's just thought I'd say hi to everybody. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll move on to today's last book. That's what we'll do. And this book is called, this one was donated to my personal library by a very good friend of mine, Miss Anita, Prince and Knight by Daniel Hawk and Stevie Lewis. It's a great one. I also have the other edition to this one as well, and thanks to Anita for my library. Oh, I'm so happy to have these in my own personal collection, and I can return this one that I have from the public library back to the public library. So here we go, Prince and Knight. Once upon a time in a kingdom far away. Oh. Okay, let me try that again. I'm going to read the words that are actually on the page. So, once upon a time in a kingdom far from here, there was a prince who would soon take the throne. His parents took him on a search for a bride. They traveled the land far and wide, but the prince was looking for something different in a partner. So here we go. All right. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far from here, lived a charming prince who was handsome and sincere. His parents knew that soon it would be time that he took the throne. But the kingdom was so grand, the prince could not rule alone. So the three of them set out and traveled far and wide on a quest to find the prince a kind and worthy bride. There's the parents. And all the way down there, there's the prince. You know what's funny about that? How impersonal is that? Let's see what love does for this family. The prince met many ladies, and he made them all swoon. But it was soon clear that he was singing a different tune. Thank you, he told his parents. I appreciate that you tried, but I'm looking for something different in a partner by my side. There's the family over there. Oh, there's the parents. So that must be just another family that was there. He's very polite. But while the royals were away, their land faced quite a scare from a dragon fast approaching, breathing fire everywhere. All the villagers ran in fear. Even the soldiers hid and fled. This vicious beast was far too great. We must retreat or we'll be dead. How scary is that? The prince heard the dreadful news and he raced home with all his might to protect his precious realm. The prince was ready for a fight. Look at that. Speeding home. Such a brave prince. Alas, before you fear, our prince had to face the beast alone. Along on horseback came a knight, cloaked in armor that brightly shone. You see him up there? Ooh, there he is. The dragon charged upon our heroes, thinking it had already won. But the knight had a bold idea and raised his shield and faced the sun. The glare hit the shining metal, blinding the dragon's fiery eyes. But it was what the prince did next that really caught it by surprise. See over here, there's the knight, and he shines it right into his eyes. Hits him right in the eyes. But over here, what's the prince going to do? Let's see. Ooh, this is exciting. The prince had climbed atop the dragon and tied a rope around its head. He wrapped the cord around the neck and down the body like a thread. Too cool. The plan had worked. The dragon was caught. Its body was tied and bound, but the prince up high had lost his grip and was falling to the ground. See him over here? Uh-oh. It's really high up. The knight below jumped on his horse and they began to race. The prince was caught and free from harm, held in the knight's embrace. Poof! What a catch. I don't know, that's pretty phenomenal. That's pretty phenomenal, if I must say. You saved my life, and you saved mine, they said to one another, and in a flash, to each it felt there simply was no other. The knight took off his helmet to reveal his handsome face. As they gazed into each other's eyes, their hearts began to race. As the villagers returned, it became clear to those around that the prince's one true love had last been surely found. I agree. Look how happy they are. The king and queen had come back too and were overwhelmed with joy. We had finally found someone who was perfect for our boy. And that cold, impersonal table has now become a table of love. Look how close they are. Oh, yay. And on the two men's wedding day, the air filled with cheer and laughter. for the prince and his shining knight would live happily ever after. Look at that. Oh. Well, my friends, that is the end of that one. The Prince and the Knight. Prince and Knight, not just the Prince. Come on, quit adding words. Prince and Knight. Well, sadly, friends, is there any kids out there that I didn't get to say hi to? If not, I'm waving at y'all, all of you. Everybody who tuned in, I thank you very much for tuning in. This is Storytime with Shane Onyou. It happens 4 times a week, Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Broadcasting live on Instagram, as well as live on YouTube, Twitch, and soon to be back live on Facebook. I've got, I think, 10 or 11 more days left before I can start going live on Facebook again. And again, thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to make a donation, there's my email below. Don't worry if you can't make a monetary donation. Share the content. Tell your friends to tune in. Spread the word. And yeah, love you all. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon. Thanks, guys.